Hello friends, welcome to Yatharth World. Today I will share few tips which will help you to give your proper introduction. There's an old saying, first impression is the last impression. Similarly, when you express yourself completely in an interview, your selection chances gets double. So follow the advice, suggestions listed in video and sharp your introductory speech. If you like the video, hit like, subscribe the channel and press the bell icon. A self-introduction speech can also be used in one-on-one situation. A self-introduction speech can be one of the most requested speech in a meeting or gathering, and if you're not prepared, it can catch you off guard and would not give you a good impression. Introducing yourself to a group of strangers can be intimidating and awkward, but you can avoid this by crafting a proper and good self-introduction speech. There are certain ground rules. First, start by stating your full name clearly and your personal details. Say it out loud. Say it out loud like you are giving a leadership speech. Mention where are you from or an organization you belongs to. Brief about your personal, educational and professional background. Tell about your family background. Talk about your interest, hobbies or passion. Greeting plays a vital role. Depending upon whether you are being interviewed by one person or a panel of interviewers, greet politely. Good morning, good afternoon, or good evening, depending upon the time you can use. If there are more than one person, then address them as sirs, madams, and try to encompass them all in your greeting. If there is only one lady in the panel, it is polite to greet her separately. Most probably, you will be offered a seat. Do not sit down unless you are asked to. Show gratitude. Sir, madam, first of all, thank you for giving me such a golden opportunity to introduce myself. Or, firstly, I would like to thanks for giving me this opportunity and it's my pleasure to introduce myself. By saying all these sentences, you can show some gratitude. Name and place. You can use myself or I am. For example, say I am Rohit. I am a resident of Delhi. Education. Here you will need to provide some details about your academic qualification. Here are some examples that you can see on the screen. You can use any one of them. Professional experience. Here you need to give some stress. If you have any professional experience, you will need to explain that as much as possible. As an experienced candidate, your professional background should be highlighted to make the right mark. You should delve into the kind of work you did for your last company, the position you held and how you helped them ahead in the business. Talk about your contribution and the difference that it made. While sharing your professional experience information, talk in a descending manner, with the name of the latest company coming first and stressed on. If you have some big names that you work for, then put them on the top of your list. You should include some details about your family. Uh, for example, you can start with, when it comes to my family, my father is working in a limited company, my mother is a housewife, and I have no siblings. Here are some more examples. You can choose any which suits you well. Crucial. At certain point during the interview process, you may be asked to describe your personal strengths and weakness. Many job candidates are unsure how to approach this question. However, by establishing the appropriate context, you can give hiring manager an honest, thoughtful answer that highlights both your self-awareness and professionalism. Preparing ahead of time for this question is valuable. Use your time before the interview. Even if you aren't asked about your strength and weakness specifically, scripting out your response to this common question will give your candidate a compelling description of what you bring and how you wish to grow in the future. With these talking points at the ready, you will be able to confidently answer many popular interview questions. Strength. It's surprisingly difficult for many people to talk about their strength during an interview. It's challenging to balance your humility with the need to project confidence. Keep these points in mind while describing your strength. Be accurate. Choose strengths that you actually possess. Be relevant. You should take the time to analyze the job description and identify the most important strength for each opportunity. Better prepare yourself according to job role before appearing in interview. Here are some useful examples. You can pick any. I am honest and adjustable person. I easily adopt any kind of environment that helps me to feel comfortable at work. I'm always keen to improve my knowledge and I'm also a little bit emotional, but I control it by thinking positive and living practical. And the example for this is, I am a very polite attitude person and hardworking. I can easily adjust in any environment. My strengths are being brave, being friendly, adjusting nature, handling problems easily and try to solve them in limited span of time. I am interested in knowing new things, meet different kind of people, get idea of how to behave with them in different situations. Some more examples are there. You can choose which suits you well. If we talk about weakness, some useful answers can be, I can be too critical of myself. A pattern I have noticed throughout my career is that I often feel I could have done more, even if objectively I have done well. Earlier in my career, this led to burnout and negative self-talk. One solution I have implemented over the last 3 years is to actively pause and celebrate my achievement. Not only has this helped my own self-esteem, it's helped me genuinely appreciate and recognize my team and other support systems. Or you can use this one. I'm not very good at gauging how long a task will take me to finish. I quite often underestimate the time it will take to do similar jobs. The result is that I don't delegate enough time to larger, more important projects. I have to rush to get things done. Sometimes I miss deadlines. To address the issue, I have started taking time management courses online, or you can say any institution in India. You might ask about your strength and weakness in one question, or maybe ask about them in two separate questions. In the event that you are asked about your strength and weakness, at the same time, discuss your weakness first so that you can end up on a positive note. The formula for your answer is easy to follow. First, state your weakness. Second, add additional context and a specific example or a story of how this trait has emerged in your professional life. That context will give potential employer insight into your level of self-awareness and commitment to professional growth. Hobbies are seen as markers of a balanced person who is adept at juggling personal and professional well-being. Hiring manager will ask you this question to know if you have avenues to de-stress outside of work and channelize extra energy. The employer might want to get a sense of who you are beyond simply being a potential employee. They want to know if you will fit in with the other people in the department and if you will fit in with the company culture. Always be prepared for follow-up questions. The interviewer may follow up your introduction with more questions. So it's important to remember that you will need to support whatever assertions you make during your introduction. Be prepared to provide specific examples of how and where you've utilized your assets to successfully carry out work or volunteer role, academic projects, or other productive endeavors. After your interview has ended, follow the lead of your interviewer. Stand when they stand, shake their hand again and thank them for their time with a smile. You can prepare to say a few phrases that will end the conversation on a positive note, like, "It was a pleasure meeting you. I appreciate your time today."